violence or no other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, YouTube? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
Canceled at Edmund Burke School in Northwest DC. Just days ago, that school was caught in the middle of a chaotic shooting.
4 people were hurt in what police are calling a sniper-style attack. This morning, we're learning more about the suspect at the center of this investigation. 7 News' John Gonzalez is live at the scene this morning with more on what we have learned so far. John?
Melanie, good morning. And police at this hour are carefully going through a video that was posted online. Police say by the shooter just seconds after this shooting with the words, "Dear God, please forgive me." First reported by the...
Wow. So this guy goes on a shooting rampage, apparently from a sniper's vantage point, and then immediately asks for forgiveness from God. But we know that he's not talking to our Father who art in heaven. He's talking to the God of the Super Gremlins on Demon Time.
Washington Post, the video also includes red crosshairs in the center, and that pedestrian bridge to the Edmund Burke School here in Upper Northwest DC was in the crosshairs on Friday afternoon. The video appears to have been taken by a body cam worn by the shooter. DC police have recovered several firearms, long guns, multiple rounds of ammunition and handguns found in the apartment where the shooter, believed to be 23-year-old Raymond Spencer of Fairfax, took his own life, police say. The police chief says this was a sniper-type setup with a tripod. The suspect was shooting at people randomly. In all, 4 people were shot, including a 12-year-old child. The prep school for grades 6 through 12 was shot up.
Wow. That's insane. His dude was out for blood, even his own.
Remains closed today.
They're not the type of students that are going to give up. They're the type of students that want to make a difference in the world, and you know, they will take this and this will motivate them to do something in the world.
Imagine being motivated by a shooting.
And you can see back here live the bullet hole there on the bridge of the school, and this is chilling. The alleged shooter also seemed to update the school's Wikipedia page to include the shooting seconds after it happened. One of the 4 people shot is a retired member of MPD. But
this is insane. So we already know this is not Super Gremlin activity because he's doing the most. Going on Wikipedia, it's almost like he wanted his name to go down in history. Like he was trying to create a demented legacy or something.
But investigators say there's no reason to believe he or anyone else involved was targeted or connected in any way with the shooter. Reporting live in Northwest Washington, John Gonzalez, 7 News.
Well, we can tell you that this suspect killed himself as members of the emergency response team, the SWAT team, basically broke down the door of a bathroom in a 5th-floor apartment at the Ava building behind me that was at the center of this horrific event this afternoon. DC Police Chief Robert Conti said that he would not be officially naming him, but they did say that person of interest, Raymond Spencer, that they were looking for.
So this guy, he looks Southeast Asian. So I would say probably like a Brown Rice Gremlin or something. Maybe Filipino. This one's pretty shocking. You know, he goes through all this, gets ammunition, weapons, and basically just a fanatic.
That they were no longer looking for him, and we expect to receive official confirmation tomorrow. This was a day of unimaginable sights. We have some video to show you here in the Van Ness neighborhood as police went through that building methodically, floor by floor, and they used basically weapons cover. They covered the residents of that building as those people ran from the building with their hands in the air, trying to get everyone out of there safely. Not clear how long they knew or how long they believed that the suspect was still inside that building. We have a little bit of sound from a press conference a short time ago. Chief Robert Conti flew back to D.C. from a conference where he was out of town. Let's listen to a little bit of what he had to say.
I can also tell you that inside of the suspect's apartment, we've recovered over 6 firearms, to include several long guns, multiple rounds of ammunition, and handguns as well. This was very much a sniper type setup with a tripod, and this person, obviously his intent was to kill and hurt members of our community. If there's anything that's good that comes out of this, is that not more people than what were hurt ended up being hurt, because there could have been a lot of damage done tonight, more damage done, and lives lost as a result of what this gunman did tonight.
And you heard Chief Conti talk about the potential for more lives to be lost. We understand that if it had been just a few minutes later in the day, that entire area would have had many more people in it, people arriving, as our colleague Tariq Warner was doing, to pick up their child after school. I can also tell you, they confirmed tonight that those bullets found in a deli and a car, we heard Corey Smith talk about them earlier in this evening, almost a half-mile away. They believe those bullets were from this same incident.
Wow.
Live in Northwest, Jackie Benson, News 4. Back to
I was in my room when I heard the shots, and at first I thought it was like construction noises from that construction. Yeah. But then I realized it was too loud to be construction noise. And then I saw some people running up the alley, I guess the Burke students, because my balcony is right in front of the alley. And that's when I noticed something was wrong, and then I heard a lot of shots, but like in separate moments.
And you know it's messed up when we gotta be on the lookout for Brown Rice Gremlins. Now we're getting into unwarranted territory. This one is wild. Like, dude really did some damage. Thankfully he didn't end up killing anyone, but Buddy is definitely on demon time.
So I heard like 4 blasts, and then I was just locked in and waiting for the cops to come get me.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Medgar Evers, and it's a very tranquil scene compared to just a couple hours ago where a drive-by shooting just took place. Excuse me, I'm getting live updates as we speak. I've just been updated to the amount of casualties from this drive-by shooting, and I'm getting reports that 2 people were actually declared deceased and 27 others were shot and injured but are in stable condition. And although we must pray for the families of the fallen, we must also praise God for the aim of the super gremlin. If you want to know more about the victims of this crime, make sure you add BGZM News 17 on Patreon at www.patreon.com/blackgenzmindset. Also, don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and comment on the video to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this gun violence in the streets. For more hard-hitting news coverage from the community, by the community, I'm Janquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
And cut.
All right, dog. Let's get the out of here before these niggas come back.
Whoa. Yo! Ain't that nigga J?
Nah, that ain't me. That ain't me.
He just went live
That
with
ain't
that
me.
funky ass suit
That's
on.
that nigga. That's not me.
Hey, get that nigga.
Janquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia. Pray for me.
Canceled today at a school in Northwest after chaotic shootings on Friday, sending students running for cover. 7 News reporter John Gonzalez is live with what we're learning about the investigation. Good morning, John.
Ashley, good morning. Yeah, this morning, DC investigators are taking a close look at a video that was posted literally seconds after the shooting on Friday afternoon with the words, "Dear God, please forgive me." The Washington Post first reported this, and we can tell you that the video also includes red crosshairs in the center of the shot, and that bridge right there, that's the walkway here at the Edmund Burke School. That walkway was in the crosshairs. It appears this video was taken by a body cam worn by the shooter, and DC police have recovered several firearms. Take a look. Long guns, multiple rounds of ammunition, and handguns found in the apartment where the shooter, believed to be 23-year-old Raymond Spencer of Fairfax, took his own life, police say. Police Chief Robert Conti describes this as a sniper-type setup with a tripod, and his intent was to kill and hurt members of the community. The suspect was shooting at people randomly. In all, 4 people were shot, including a 12-year-old child. The prep school that was shot up remains closed today, but grief counselors, we are told, will be available to speak to students and staff.
They're not the type of students that are going to give up. They're the type of students that want to make a difference in the world, and they will take this and this will motivate them to do something in the world.
Thank you for joining us. Police continue to look for damage in the wake of yesterday's shooting near Edmund Burke School in Northwest D.C. 4 people were hit by sniper-style gunfire, including a 6th grader who was grazed by a bullet. News 4's Julie Carey joins us live from the scene where things are slowly starting to get back to normal. Julie?
Yeah, Eric, as you can see, crime scene tape still surrounding the Edmund Burke School, and as new details emerged today about this shooting, I think folks who live around here are especially struck by the fact that this could have been so much worse. Now, beautiful day. We've seen lots of foot traffic here along Connecticut Avenue. So many folks stopping to take a look and to reflect both on the damage here and way down Connecticut Avenue, where bullets also hit several businesses. Evidence technicians back on the scene in front of Edmund Burke School, picking up keys and clothing belonging to one of the wounded victims. Other investigators still inside the 5th floor unit at the nearby apartment building where the shooter was found dead and where police found the long guns he used in an attack that terrorized and paralyzed this neighborhood for hours.
We know that over 100 rounds were fired from a long gun, and there are probably going to be a lot of bullet holes that we're going to find.
Some of the bullets flying a half-mile down Connecticut Avenue, blasting through a window at an eyeglass store. The slug still visible on the carpet. A few doors down, another shattered pane of glass at this deli. The manager was sitting at this table Friday afternoon when he was startled by a loud noise.
It sounded like light bulb broke or somebody threw a rock in a window.
When police cars began racing up the street, he realized it was something much worse. Inside the Ava apartments, this young man sheltered in his bathroom away from the glass, anxiety growing as he watched news live streams on his phone. He asked we not show his face.
And when I see that they're heavily surrounding my building and that SWAT-looking cars are literally parking in front of the entrance that I go through every day, that's where I'm like, oh, he's in here.
Yeah, and this is insane, man. I wonder what provoked this Brown Rice Gremlin to do this, but I mean, these Brown Rice Gremlins are on demon time.
It wasn't until after 6 p.m. that police evacuating the building reached his apartment. He recorded this video as his group filed down the street.
The walk from my building to down to Connecticut Avenue was the longest minute of my life, because I was like, they still obviously haven't caught this guy.
A few hours later, the shooter killed himself as a police tactical team entered his apartment. Earlier Friday, police had identified 23-year-old Raymond Spencer of Fairfax as a person of interest. Police have not yet publicly identified the man found dead in the apartment, but confirmed they were no longer looking for Spencer. This apartment resident grateful that the gunfire aimed at his school hadn't taken a greater toll.
I do definitely find peace in the fact that it could have been so much worse and it wasn't.
Now, I also spoke today to a group of Edmund Burke seniors who came back to the school, and they tell me that there will be no classes on Monday. Classes are canceled, and they also wondered aloud whether students would ever feel safe again passing through that walkway that was shattered by the gunfire, even once it is repaired. Back to you now, Erica, in the studio.
No, and a lot of hard conversations you can only imagine that parents had to have last night with their kids. It's been a long weekend. I'm sure those parents are holding their kids a little tighter. Julie, thank you so very much.
I mentioned police are investigating a video that they say appears to have been posted by the shooter, and it likely helped them track him down. We had a team here at WUSA 9 examine that video, trying to verify it before police confirmed its authenticity. Now, I need to warn you, it is tough to watch. It is raw. It is brazen. It may be triggering for some. Our chief investigative reporter, Eric Flack, has been working on this all evening. And Flack, this is a key, distressful piece of evidence.
Leslie, look, it is, and let's get real. We had tough conversations within our own newsroom about whether to show this video at all. But when we counted more than 60 shots in 19 seconds, let me say that again, 60 shots in 19 seconds, and saw the images of young children running from bullets, we decided it was critical to share those images, especially after Chief Conti described how important the video was to tracking down the suspect. We are not showing you the video in its entirety, but again, just as Leslie said, please be warned, some of these pictures you're about to see are disturbing.
And I would say that it was also very helpful in us in terms of making sure that we were focused in on the right place.
The sheer terror of it all seen more clearly in the freeze frames taken from the footage. The shooter appears to have modified the camera to include that red bullseye in the middle of your screen. First, taking aim at that clue poster in the Edmund Burke School window, the theme of the school's recent fundraiser. A few frames later, after the shots start, you can see 4 bullet holes in that same window. Just a few feet away, a young student appears to be ducking. A couple frames later, that bullseye tracking the students as they run for their lives. Then the shooter turns his sights back on the street and that person in the yellow vest who dives between parked cars to be shielded from the gunfire.
Wow.
Just so incredible. More damage was not done. The video was originally posted to that anonymous message board website, 4chan, under the same name as that person of interest, Raymond Spencer. We should also note that some users of this website are often associated with extremism and other violent acts. Leslie?
I am so glad that we gave people a warning before they made a decision about whether to view that video, because it is indeed, as you say, as chilling as you have described.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.